Hi guys, I'm with Empress Moxie and I feel like everybody should subscribe to her channel, and if you don't, you're a hating ass bitch. Thank you. Oh my god.
Good morning, y'all. It's day number 1 of the Cannes Lions event and I am having a wardrobe malfunction because the way that I pictured this outfit when I was in the US, I was like, this will do. But now I'm like, no, it won't, because the dress code is smart casual and this is a bit too, like, it's too beachy. We are gonna be at a lot of cabanas and things like that, but for a Monday going into the event, I think I need to be dressed up a little bit more, so I'm gonna change. Oh, this green thing on my face is the topicals. It's for when you have breakouts, so that's why I have this on my face. I know it's there. But let's change. So this is what I changed into. It feels more like it, especially because today I'm gonna be at the Ritz-Carlton in Cannes as well as the Carlton Beach Club. So I wanna make sure it's giving elevated looks. I don't know who I'm gonna run into or rub shoulders with today, so I wanna present as my best self in the smart casual dress code. So this is what I'm gonna wear. I'm figuring out my hair right now. I don't know if I should keep it down or I should do an updo. I'm feeling an updo though. Like a nice high ponytail. It's gonna give executive. CEO, Madam President. Yes. So I'm gonna do the updo since I thought of that just now. And I make that ponytail pony. We're at LinkedIn. I think it's loading now. Very good. It's just taking its sweet time. Okay. What was your name? Christina. What's your name? Ladanya. Ladanya, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay. So, if you want to take your time with here, hello. We can help set you up. You can tell me if you want the lights up. I will say shoulder. Perfect. Okay, just thank you to her. Okay, for my so I'm over here with Adobe. We're gonna be editing the video that I just created with LinkedIn so I can put it on my LinkedIn profile and update everybody on what I have going on here at Cannes. Y'all, I got the golden key for editing my video, and later on today I'm gonna be able to go get a personalized bag. But now I'm gonna go head over to Pinterest because I got sidetracked.
that box?
Yes, of course.
And then maybe your hands reaching in.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
It looks really good.
The countries on the list, Jamaica was in there for the past decade, and we just got off in 2024. So it's a good move for us to have innovations coming into the island, and that's why I was like pivoting into that. I started in 2022 with research while I was in university because research. Okay. Because I'm an environmentalist. Whenever I create a solution, I have to understand it and actually understand if people need it. Because I can't just create something people don't need. Yeah. So I started with research first. So y'all, I'm at the Adobe boutique right now. They gave us the bag from earlier when I had created my video and got the tote bag, so now we're gonna decorate it. You decorated your bag first? Alright.
Yeah, you have to go like this way.
Oh, this way, okay.
Maybe here? Alright.
Thank you. Yeah, I did.
Like to distribute, you know.
What if I remove that?
Yeah?
I like that.
You like this?
Yeah, it's like minimalist.
Yeah. And on the side, on the back, we can put the other side.
Yeah, like in the center.
Yeah? Okay, cool. I think that's ironic.
Yeah, please. So that's my bag. He's gonna get started on it and put it under that hot machine to seal it in. My answer was the regenerator, so I'm someone who reimagines the future. Okay, so now we're gonna get some swag for our bag. This is the finishing touch of my bag. I just added a pin right here and a pin right here. They have this card. These are cute. It's really artistic.
sunglasses I like. So this is the first glasses. This one is yellow. And this one is blue.
Hey y'all, we are back from day number 1 of the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity, and let me tell you, that place is full of gems. You're rubbing shoulders with people that are celebrities. You're rubbing shoulders with CEOs, Fortune 500 company owners, so on and so forth. There is so much grabbing your attention at once. You really have to be strong-willed in a festival like this because you will be pulled to every and any corner. There's so much going on, but because of today, I know how I'm gonna navigate the rest of this week. So far, I've met some really interesting people that are aligned with where I'm headed, or they have connections to people who understand where I'm going. So be wise, be kind, and be mindful in every conversation that you're having. That's really my advice here. But it was a successful day. My most favorite activation that I went to was actually the Pinterest. I didn't even get to finish it. I'm definitely gonna go back tomorrow. Guys, I got put onto an event that I literally skipped over this event because I was like, oh no, it's gonna conflict with this one. But Issa Rae is going to be a speaker. Can you believe that? Issa Rae is gonna be speaking. Also tonight, someone at Spotify invited me to come to a party where 50 Cent is gonna be performing. But I'm not gonna go because that's from, I think, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. And if I'm going to a party at 2 a.m., what time am I supposed to wake up to go to the festival tomorrow to get more networking done? Y'all are not about to trick me out of my connections, okay? So the party thing right away on the first day is not the move for me. I'll try a party maybe Wednesday or Thursday, closer to when the events are supposed to be ending, but I want to get as much value as I can. Okay, I'm hitting everybody with the, oh, I got 50 Cent at home, thank you. But I actually have a dinner reservation in the next 5 minutes that I have to head to. I just wanted to give y'all somewhat of a recap and let you know this is a wonderful experience, but I am sleepy. I woke up at 6 this morning and I just got back. It's 7:20 or something like that. If you have the idea to come to camp, have a plan for each day. You, just like I was saying, you may get sidetracked, so give yourself time in between each talk, each session that you sign up for. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna go to Pinterest at 9 and Yahoo at 9:30. Do Yahoo at 9, Pinterest at 11, and Google at 2, because in between those sessions, you're gonna meet random people, you're gonna be yapping, you're gonna be invited to a random yacht party, you're gonna be invited to lunch, you're just gonna have random things happening in between it, and you're gonna be like, hold on, I was supposed to be at this, but I'm right here talking to the owner of ... insert company, right? So keep that in mind. It's a value-packed event week, and I just want to make sure I'm doing it properly. Like, I'm really serious about where this is headed, and I want to leave satisfied because I'm using my own dime for this. So let's get into dinner. I'm not even gonna change. I'm gonna wear this to dinner and come back in here because I'm tired, y'all. Good morning, y'all. It's 2 a.m. I'm actually about to pack the items that are outside of my bag. I'm switching Airbnbs this morning at 7. So I want to make sure I have all my stuff. My sleep schedule is so weird right now. I slept from 8 to 2 a.m. 6 hours. So I'm gonna use about an hour to pack up, and yeah. In the morning, we're going to my other Airbnb, which is in Cagnes-sur-Mer. It's more convenient to be there to head to Cannes because there is a train, whereas right here there is a buses, or I have to use Uber. Good morning, y'all. We're at my second Airbnb location. We're about to get ready for day number 2 of Cannes Lions. This Airbnb is also gorgeous. Valbonne was peaceful, quiet, chic. This area of town is very colorful, has an upbeat vibe, and I have a view of the beach, which is amazing. Look at that. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. So it's 7:20 a.m. The first session that I want to go to is actually at 9:30. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yes, it's at 9:30. So I want to leave for the train soon and then head over there because, girl, we have things to do. We have sessions. Today I'm gonna be involved in a bit more seminars. For Inkwell, it is Health Impact Day, and they're getting into how heart attacks and strokes impact women a lot due to us being high pressure environments or putting out a lot throughout life and enduring a lot of stress. And we're going to go into subsections of AI, technology, so on and so forth. I'm really excited about that because not only am I in tech, I always emphasize the importance of balancing self-care with your big goals and big aspirations, which is going to be involving us pushing a lot, working a lot to achieve those things. So always having your self-care and wellness in the center is important, and that is why I'm also the founder of a self-care wellness brand for women called Brakethru, where I'll be hosting self-care retreats from now on. My first self-care retreat is coming up in December, and it's gonna be in Jamaica at the Villa Mimosa from December 12th to the 18th. If you are interested in self-care retreats, be sure to sign up using the link in my description. The deposits for the self-care retreat open on July 1st. And I will keep y'all posted on everything and the plans for that because it's still happening. Regardless of me going to France or wherever I'm traveling to this year, I still have my self-care retreat in the works. So if you are interested, now is the time to sign up. And now that I'm done with my shameless plug, I also have my hair to take out. I had it braided up last night. It was coming out by itself. So I'm gonna braid it back up a little bit. Actually, just take it down. Cause I was trying to get it to be crinkly, but it didn't work how I wanted. So we're done with the makeup. I'm about to get appropriate for the festival. So the great thing about this location is there's a train station with a 10-minute walk from right here, and from the train station it's a 13-minute ride to downtown Cannes where the festival is. So I'll be able to get into some sessions today, but I need to put on some sticky pads so this can be appropriate. And then these are the sticky pads. I'm gonna put them on and come back. Alright, y'all, so we made the outfit up. I'm sorting out my hair. I did this at 3 in the morning hoping it would be crinkly. It's a little bit crinkly. Not as much as I would want, but do y'all hear the birds? I love that. I really love that I can see the beach from right here. Like, the beach is just across the street. This is so nice. I like it. Thank you, merci. That was quick. I got my champagne wine yet. Alright y'all, we're on the yacht. We're waiting on Issa Rae and her guests to get over here. So the topic for today's session here for the camp, the speakers are going to be Issa Rae, Sharice Clark, and Rashida Jones. Issa Rae is a co-founder and of course a creative and producer that we all know from TV. And then Sharice Clark is a founder and CEO of Harbor View, which is this right here, the whole host of this speaker panel. And then we have Rashida Jones, who was the former president of MSNBC. Okay, I don't know if I'm too close to the camera. I'm just trying to make sure y'all can hear me. But that's everybody on the panel. It's an all-women-led panel, and the topic is From Vision to Valuation. It's about building culture-driven companies. Showed y'all, she just came in. We're all waiting for her to get some refreshments and come out to do her speaking engagement at the stage right here. Let me get cute, because you never know, she might say hi to me. I'm gonna try to stand closer to the stage so y'all can see everything. Bonjour.
Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon? I think it's afternoon. Doesn't matter. We already started drinking, so we're going to say afternoon. I'm sorry. Dropping some news today. It was just announced. A brand new partnership with Issa Rae. Look it up. Google it, as I tell my kids. The Hollywood Reporter just broke it. It's with Issa Rae and the powerhouse team at Color Creative. This isn't just a deal. It's a shared vision built on ownership, opportunity, and authentic storytelling.
Love it.
So to dig into what this really means, I'm bringing up someone who's redefined media herself, former MSNBC president, Rashida Jones. She will be moderating the conversation between Issa and Sharice, and that promises to be an amazing time. It's going to be worth you hanging out here in the sun. Rashida, the stage is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much for coming through, standing and baking in the sun.
It's beautiful out here. All right, we're going to jump into it, guys.
This management company with the mission of elevating underrepresented talent and taking risks on the stories and the people telling those stories that the industry tends to overlook and the industry treats as a trend. And so to get this investment during a time when there has been a huge retraction shows the faith of someone like her and Harbor View and the fact that our stories aren't going anywhere, and we will continue to not only invest in them but ensure that they're global, and we're up for the challenge.
Even with all the chaos surrounding us, we can build brands that people trust. that drive growth, and that last a lifetime. So today I'm going to offer a few lessons learned about building brands through creativity that may be useful in helping you navigate this unprecedented future that we face. They're timeless, and they work, with guidance that you can count on in almost any business situation that you may encounter.
Hey y'all, I just did an ad with Adweek actually, so I might be on their Instagram a little later. Adweek is an advertising agency?
Adweek is a magazine.
It's a magazine. Okay.
Website.
Okay. It's a magazine website. I'm telling my blog.
We cover the advertising agency.
Yeah, I follow you all on Instagram because they've been sending me like all of the events and everything for this Con Lions.
Yeah, for Adweek House probably. We're right over there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for the interview. I hope to see myself soon.
Yeah.
When are these posted?
For this one, it will probably be in like mid-July.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Y'all, so right now I'm with Red Note. They're making me a fan like one of these ones behind me. Red Note is a social media app that was introduced to us right when they banned when they banned TikTok in like February, I think, or January, whenever it was that Trump did that thing. But it's an app they said is starting to become popular in Europe. So they have some booths out here showing different parts of the app. I got this magnet and a luggage tag, so it's really cute. Yeah. So they're gonna dip it in the dye and make it cute. Here you are. Nice. So I got orange and green as my colors.
Here you are.
Thank you. Merci.
Where are you from?
What's up, y'all? We're back at my Airbnb in Cagnes-sur-Mer, and this is the end of day number 2 in the Cannes Lions Festival for me because I am officially burnt out, tired. The weather was much better for me today because we had a lot of clouds, so the sun wouldn't be out for too long. And today I actually accomplished a lot more in regards to attending sessions. I was able to attend 4 sessions. 2 of them were mainly activations. When they say activation, this means like activities and a way to just have fun during the festival. And then I had 2 others which were seminars with specific topics. The first one I was at was with Issa Rae, Sharice Clark, and Rashida Jones, I believe. Issa Rae actually is now an investor in Harborview, and they're a media company which is focusing on cultural stories, making sure that it's at the forefront and that we remove gatekeeping in that space, because even Issa Rae being at the top, as we consider it as regular people, she still faces gatekeepers. It's still a lot of no's, it's still a lot of waiting, it's still a lot of loopholes, blockages, and things like that. Years in, she was telling the story about how the movie that just came out by her called One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA, it took them 7 years to actually get it to production, to movies and theaters for us to see, because of all the blockages in the casting, the blockages in people taking it seriously to bring it to fruition, right? And that story, regardless of it being about the media, this resonates with me as a woman in STEM. This resonates with me as a woman with a brand that she's building to emphasize the importance of balancing self-care with our big goals, because it's everywhere. Blockages are everywhere, and removing them and navigating them is something that we all have to go through, and it is something that we all need help with. And it's good that there are people who see that those behind them or those coming up with them need a helping hand, need to hear these stories, need to have that space to have their stories heard and actually be supported from day one, not have to go through those hurdles. So I really appreciated that session. The second session was by P&G, which is Procter & Gamble. This is one of the largest brands in the world. They own literally everything. They own Pepsi, Charmin Ultra, they own freaking Gerber, they own everything in your house that you see P&G, that logo, that's Procter & Gamble. And their seminar was about creating brands that last. Brands that have a lasting impression. So he gave 5 tips to have a brand that will have a lasting impression on generations to come, not just on us. We don't want just our generation to know a brand. We want our generation, the generation after them, and the generation after them to know a brand. And in summation, really it's just about trust, repetition, and being authentic and actually actually being excited about your brand, because the customers can tell, the customers can feel, and it's about all of those things intertwined into one. So I really enjoyed that session. I took a lot of notes between both of those sessions that I'm actually going to be using for myself, for my fintech startup, as well as my self-care brand. And yeah, that's what I learned. That was my little recap. Sorry for the noise. But I enjoyed that a lot, and we have 3 more days of sessions to attend, and I'm gonna make sure that tonight I spend some time really looking into all the sessions, because what I want now is to go to sessions where I can actually meet other startup founders, because this far I've mostly met people in marketing, people who know people who are startup founders, people who know people that are raising money just like me, but I haven't met anyone who is building something like me, right? I'm only listening to people who have big brands that already built something for ages ago. But I want to meet people in the stage and phase of building like me. That's a goal I have for this week, and I have 3 more days, so I'm gonna place myself in an environment to meet people that are actually building something just like me. And yeah, that's my summary update too, and how it was for me. So right now it's 5:21 p.m. I'm done for the day. I'm sure there are gonna be parties, but I'm chilling right now. I'm about to order some African food. I actually got a free donut and a bottle of water on my way back. Very random, but yeah, I'm going to order some African food. I found out about this Senegalese restaurant, so I'm about to order from them. The restaurant is called African Vibes, and I'm about to order for delivery.
Bonjour, je suis vraiment désolé. Je sais pas, j'ai imité, j'ai pas imité. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's going good. Getting ready to go to the festival.
Sorry?
I'm getting ready to go to the festival, to the train.
Oh, train? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I met her. It's a girl? It's a boy?
It's a boy.
It's a boy!
Yes, 1 year.
1 year old?
1 year old, yes.
It's a beautiful dog.
Bayou, non. Bayou, non, tu restes avec moi. Allez, on y va. Ok.
Good morning, y'all. We're on day number 3 of the Can Lions saga. My Airbnb host, he actually left some keys in here for when he came to open up this closet in here that's like not a zone that we're supposed to touch as the tenant or whatever. So he came and got it because he accidentally left it here yesterday when I was checking in. But it's a beautiful day per usual. Tropicals on the bags, babe. It's giving soft life. I'm living that right now. But this morning I am taking it slow. I have a lunch with the Shade Room today. Don't really know how I feel about that, considering the fact that I have them blocked on all my social media, but thanks for the food. They're having a soul food session, so I'm gonna go check that out and fill up my belly. And in the morning, I'm gonna go to a session by YouTube at 10 where they're talking about, what was the topic? I forgot. The CEO of YouTube, his name is Neil Mohan. They're talking about the future of creativity. So I wanna hear about that and see how that aligns with me as a creator, because I do create on this platform, YouTube, okay? But there are so many sessions that I wanna go to, but they're colliding and conflicting times, so I have to choose, okay, which one's gonna give me the most value if I attend it now. Is this something that's gonna feel like, oh, I've heard that before? That's how I go about choosing the ones I want to attend.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just...
I mean, one of the things, for those of you that haven't been involved with the CLC, the thing that is incredible, and I've been involved.
And I really, at the age of 8, you're not thinking about a future or your career, you're simply doing what you love in the moment. And I was that very competitive, slightly annoying.
Alright, y'all. As a foodie, of course I found an African restaurant of some sort while being here. So I'm gonna go to this restaurant called the Crocetta Rivera and pick up my food. I had ordered it and they're only 5 minutes away from the train.
Your destination is on the right.
It's on the right. Oh, it's right here. It's about 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. I know it looks bright outside, but it is pretty late. Just doing my recap of day number 3 here in Cannes. And today at the festival was actually the best and almost the worst of my experience so far, and this is because of some eye-opening experiences that I had, which I already had these types of experiences in corporate America, but flying here to experience the Cannes Lions Festival and experiencing that here too made me feel disappointed. And what I experienced was a few people that were opportunistic, and on the other side of the coin, a few people that had a crab in a barrel mentality. So they were gatekeepers. There was someone sitting next to me who deemed me as someone who was not useful or valuable at that table. So the way she treated me was in a cold way. It was dismissive, and I didn't like it. It didn't make me feel good. And whenever I'm in these spaces, especially when I'm traveling, I do not lead with my job. Because my job is classified, I'm not supposed to tell people, hey, this is where I work. Hey, I work here. I don't lead with my job. So in spaces like these, if people are opportunistic or looking for someone they can use to climb, they always want to know your actual position outside of your startup or your passion projects, right? And because I can't tell you, I usually say, hey, I'm the founder of a startup and I have a self-care brand. In the event of me approaching the group that way today, it was only respected by everyone else except that one person, because once she realized she couldn't milk who I was, what I did, right, she decided, okay, you're of no use. So the behavior was like, anyways guys, so since you're more valuable and you're more valuable, let's talk. It was like that. And when I tried to have a conversation with her, basically we were talking about Martha's Vineyard, which is an event in Martha's Vineyard. That's near Cape Cod in Massachusetts. And I was like, you know, I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, but that's actually on my bucket list. There was a publicist there as well as another individual, And those two were people who knew decision makers. They knew people who knew people in higher places. So of course the table would want to network with them and get their contact, including the individual who treated me as useless. So once she realized, oh, there's a publicist and she knows people who could get that person somewhere, she decided to turn her attention to them. And it was just so gross to watch that, because the way she behaved was so opportunistic. It was just like gross. And when it came time for all of us to exchange contact, she did it kind of subtle, but I'm someone who leads with my intuition, and I'm not stupid either. So she scanned everyone's LinkedIn, got everyone's number. When it came time for us to exchange, me and her, she suddenly had to rush to leave. So I said, oh, you can just scan my LinkedIn and add me on LinkedIn. We don't have to exchange numbers. That's okay. So she scans my LinkedIn on the camera, gets up and walks away. Pretends that she's tapping on something, like she's adding me. And I'm looking. I refresh the LinkedIn page. Mind you, there is Wi-Fi all over the site for the Cannes Lions, so my signal is on. It's the end of the day, still no ad. I don't know what that was about. Actually, I do know what it was about. I wasn't valuable to her, and she made that very clear. But it did leave a bad taste in my mouth, because we are all here to share and network. So just because you think the janitor is not of value because his clothes are dirty, you don't know the janitor's son is a surgeon, do you? You don't know the janitor's cousin knows the mayor, do you? It's called networking. And whenever you're in spaces like this, just because you are by somebody who is higher in status or proximity to status, doesn't mean you remove your humility for those who are not of status by your assumption. Just because you don't know the full story about somebody doesn't mean you treat them a certain way. Do you understand? You always move with humility. You always move with poise in spaces like these and outside of spaces like these. I'm a very observant person. I am patient. I give everybody a chance. I'm patient. And I am graceful. Number one, this is not the environment to behave like that. And number two, she is also a black woman. So that's where the crab in the barrel mentality came intertwined into that, because it was like, there's already not a lot of us here, and for you to come here and behave like this, it's like, okay, cool, bye. On top of her behaving dismissive and like I was of no value because she didn't know my true full story, right? Once I said, yeah, I have a startup and we're actually in the process of developing an app, once she realized this specific part of my journey is not finished, it's not complete, she was like, okay, whatever. But little does she know, I am established in other areas. Little does she know, I know decision makers too. Little does she know, I am a decision maker as well. So for any reason, if she even watches this video someday, it's like, you kind of played yourself. On top of that, during the conversation about Martha's Vineyard, where I was talking to the publicist and the other young lady, we're gonna call the opportunistic girl Opal, okay? So Opal decides to bring up something about Martha's Vineyard and another opportunity, and the publicist and her plus one were like, oh really, so could you connect us with your sister? They were asking to connect with her sister because her sister, I guess, is a VP of something, and she's like, oh no, she's not friendly. So what was the reason for you bringing up your sister and saying, oh, my sister knows these people and my sister does this? What was the point of bringing up your sister in a space where we're networking and asking for opportunities? what was the point of bringing up your sister, who may be a decision maker, someone who could assist the other two ladies with resources, if your sister is not friendly? All of a sudden, no, she's not friendly, I don't know. Like, that right there was gatekeeping. And it rubbed me the wrong way as well. So this all happened with just one person, and I did not like her at the end of the conversation, right? It was like, why is she here? Why is she here? If she's gonna behave like, oh, no, because my sister, no, my sister wouldn't. Why are you bringing up your sister? One girl with the weird scarcity, crab in a barrel, opportunistic mindset that really rubbed me the wrong way today and made me look at things like, wow, I do not want to meet anyone else like you again, ever. Like, I don't like that she was like that, and I don't believe spaces like this are for people like that at all. At all. Do you understand? So what made today the best day so far is the fact that I attended so many more sessions and events and got so much more value today. Y'all, I was I was everywhere. If you see my skin, you could tell I was walking around because this tan is serious, okay? Yeah, I got so much value today. I attended so many sessions. My favorite session was by the Female Quotient, which is a company here, and they were talking about, what were they talking about? They were saying in order to have true influence, you have to be able to connect the functionality of what you solve with what you're delivering. So basically, if you say you're solving something and you're delivering something that doesn't actually go together with the solution, what is the point? You can't just come up with a solution to a problem that does not exist. You have to ensure that you're meeting the people that need it where they are. Also, they touched a little bit on AI because there are a lot of conversations happening at the Con Festival right now about whether or not AI is going to take our jobs and take over and make us all lose our jobs or whatever in industries. But the thing is, AI is something we are compatible with. We are the ones that train AI. In my course in AI product management, we learned that AI feeds off of us, human knowledge. And AI can never replace a human being because empathy and human connection will always be important and relevant in different scenarios and situations throughout life, daily. Okay? There's something about empathy, feeling, and human connection that AI cannot replace and will never replace. Unless you have no true value, you should not be worried about AI taking your job. Another thing they spoke about was being less performative and actually having values, something to connect with a specific audience. This was in the area of building community and staying true to that community and growing with it. Being performative can come up as you trying to pander or relate or be relatable to a larger group of people instead of intimately with people that you know you align with. There's no reason to be performative, but we see it every day online, in workplaces, and it's cringe. It hurts. So these are a mix of things that they spoke about in this session at the Female Quotient, and it was really insightful for me. I actually enjoyed it because it made me think about how I want to show up as a leader, but also in my communities that I'm building. I'm building communities for Bly, and I'm building community for Brakethru, and I'm doing this all online and in person. So I'm wondering, how do I want to show up in both of these mediums, both online and in person? How am I going to make that consistent so that there can be trust built and longevity. So that was my favorite panel and session today. I really enjoyed it, and it made the difference for me. But yeah, that's day number 3.
Connecting creators, brands, and agencies. And we know the talk of the town this week has really been on creators and brand connections. I want to take a minute just to zoom out though, because TikTok, in addition to TikTok One, offers a whole array of other monetization products for creators. TikTok is truly the place for creators to have the most diversified monetization opportunities. So in addition,
when I started to make videos that were over a minute, so I posted my birthday vlog, and then I checked back on it 7 days later, and I was like, wait, there's a little money. I said, oh, come see my coins. So I was just like, wait, hold on. I go everywhere by myself. Like, I'm a solo traveler. I love being by myself in countries where nobody has a clue who I am, what's going on. And then I was just like, let me start vlogging it. And now that's like my bread and butter of like TikTok, just making solo travel vlogs. And yeah, it's paying off.
I love that, and sort of giving other people around the world that experience. Since travel, not everyone gets to travel the world. Yeah. Where has been your favorite, or one of your favorite destinations that you've traveled to and vlogged?
I've got a top 3, but I've been to like over 30 like countries like in the past 10 years. Top 3, so my number 1 has to be Rio in Brazil. Number 2 has to be Tokyo in Japan. And then number 3, it's actually New York, you know. And I only went for the first time in February this year. Yeah. And I loved it. It's like the Beyonce of London. You know, it's like London Beyonce fan.
Love it.
So, from Denver is where I left.
Denver, yeah. That's still far.
Yeah, so I stopped in New York, and that was
my favorite
3 hours.
place.
Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah.
3 hours from New York, and then a 9-hour flight from New York to here.
Babe, you traveled, innit? Fucking hell.
It's a while.
Come on, let's do the vlog.
Can you say hi to my vlog? Just say
okay, so
anything.
what's your channel name?
Empress Moxie.
Empress Moxie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Money on creative content.
You can go.
Hi guys, I'm with Empress Moxie, and I feel like everybody should subscribe to her channel, and if you don't, you're a hating ass bitch. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. It's so nice outside. Okay, I am back at the Airbnb. Today was lovely. It was amazing. I met so many celebrities. Like, where did all of them come from? I wasn't able to take pictures with all of them, but I saw them. Kai Cenat, Grace from TikTok, Nella Rose. Who else did I see? Johnson. Something Johnson. Ocho Cinco. I don't really know him, but I knew him today because apparently there was a thing happening at Sports Beach, and he had a talk just like Serena Williams. I attended Serena Williams' talk, but it was so packed I didn't even get to go close to the stage enough to get pictures. I was able to see her with my eyeballs though, and it was wonderful. And I also attended some sessions and some activations to keep me busy. It was really hot today, y'all. I'm positive I have a tan of some sort somewhere, especially because I wore this. But today, what I learned, or what I gained, was a lot of ideas coming in from my own head. So because I've been soaking in all this knowledge and taking things in, my brain does this thing where once we learn something, we always try to find a way to put it in and apply it to our real life and our world. And I'm saying our, like my brain is separate from me, but my brain is in me. So whenever I learn something, I always try to find a way to understand it more by applying it to the things I already know. So because of the things I've been learning this week, I was like, how can I apply this to my fintech startup Bly or my self-care brand Brakethru? And the ideas just started to come in. I was sitting down I was getting a drink at the Amazon beach location, and I had this really big idea come up in my head because I was looking at a cabana that they had, and I was like, oh my God, I know exactly how I'm gonna set up the retreat. I know exactly what I'm gonna put in the swag bag for my self-care retreat. Simply because I saw the cabana, the ideas just started to, I was overwhelmed. I had to sit down, y'all. I was like, dang, this is so cool. That is what I got from today. Some validation and excitement about what I'm gonna do next. I'm really, really happy about that. I think it was worth it to come here. I got the value for my buck because I am now ready to apply these things. And that is my recap about the 4th day and what I gained from it. Now that we've done the recap, y'all, tomorrow is the final day of Cannes Lions Festival, and I'm gonna go for a networking lunch with Inkwell. Inkwell has been having my back all week with the luncheons and the networking. It's like one of the more prominent black spaces in the Cannes Lions Festival. So if you are someone thinking to come in 2026, definitely check out Inkwell. You can use the Cannes Lions app, or you can use Luma, which is another app that helps with finding events in general. I actually use that app for New York as well as Denver when I'm looking into events to attend over the year in my social calendar. But yeah, those are the apps to use, and Inkwell is a great space. I've met a lot of people. That's actually where I went to go see Nella Rose and the other creators talk today about how to get into your passion, especially as it pertains to the TikTok platform. The CMO of TikTok was there, so they were talking specifically about TikTok, but what they shared can be applied to any platform that we're sharing our stories and lives on. So that was a great time with Inkwell, and I'll be heading back tomorrow for a networking lunch, and I think that will be a great send-off for me. I also have a session that I'll be doing there at 2 p.m. I forgot what the topic was, but I'll just put a pop-up here of the topic. It's called The Caribbean's Hidden Edge: The Strategic Key to Global Creativity to Global Creative Equity. And basically, there's gonna be a panel of Caribbean people, men and women alike, in the space of using their creativity and their heritage, being from the Caribbean, as the edge to get the attention of people and sharing their stories, sharing their visuals online. And I want to attend that because I want to know how I can apply my heritage and creative edge to the stories that I'm sharing a little bit more based on what experts are sharing during this session. Good morning, everybody. It's the final day of the Cannes Festival, and today we have a mix of things going on. You know how I told you last night I was gonna go to Monaco for breakfast? Ask me if that happened. It did not, because I went out last night to go see Wyclef Jean and DJ Kamala spin. It was really fun. They didn't really get into Afrobeats. It was more of a spin of Brazilian music and a little bit of Afro, but I stayed for a bit. I got home at 3 a.m. and I slept until 9:30. So that breakfast dream did not leave the chat, and that's okay. I'm probably gonna go to Monaco for dinner, fingers crossed, if I don't find something random to get distracted by. You know how I am. I really love that I'm an explorer, a person who is adventurous, even when it's just, you know, the cute things, the nice aesthetic moments. I like to just be in the moment. So if I decide, hey, I'm gonna go to lunch, and then lunch doesn't happen, I don't feel like I missed out, because there's probably something else to do instead of that, right? So right now I'm heading to lunch with Inkwell, and there's a chat that's going to happen about Caribbeans using their heritage in the way that they tell their stories and produce creative projects. Oh yeah, but first let's do a fit check, because I didn't do my fit check yet. Can y'all see me? I don't think y'all can see me. Let's do the fit check from here then. So I'm wearing a silk skirt. It's really long. It goes all the way to my, oops. So maybe that will help. Y'all, I'll do the fit check when I get there.
A lack of resources.
which means that when things like climate change and other things come, they have to rely on external markets, right? So when you think about what's driving the economy in the Caribbean, if you ask somebody who's West Indian, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna say tourism. Okay. So what we are looking.
We're back from our day of lunch with Inkwell and the Caribbean Heritage Session. It was a great time. The connections I made today were actually, what's the word? Youthful, energetic, and wonderful. I'm excited to follow up with them and continue growing those ones because they felt the most genuine and the most grounded. Whereas the ones earlier in the week were kind of like fast paced and like, oh dang, I have a meeting to go, I have this to go next, but let's catch up. But you know, today we had a little bit more time to really be present with one another, and I had a great time meeting the individuals I met today. Not saying I didn't enjoy meeting everyone throughout this week, but I'm explaining the vibe of this specific networking session today. And that's the wrap on my week in Cannes for the Cannes Lion Festival. I have a flight in the morning back to Denver, and to close off this trip, I thought treating myself to dinner in Monaco would be the right energy, so we're gonna finish off with that. What I took away from today's panel on the Caribbean storytelling and utilizing creativity is that Caribbean people are creative people by nature, and because of our circumstances, we are hustlers, we are innovative people, but a lot of the times the focus is on tourism instead of on the other areas that we have gifts in and can contribute to. So it was really like, let's focus a little bit more on those other strengths instead of only keying on this specific area. Let's also look at our creativity and see how we can add it into how we innovate the countries that we live in. So, and that resonated with me a lot, specifically because of my startup, Bly, which is a fintech startup that I'm building to allow money transfers from the US to the Caribbean, starting with Jamaica. I've been in a whole year negotiation with a bunch of banks trying to figure out who's going to give me that open gate to partner with them to test my app in Jamaica, because that's a requirement. The fact that these hurdles and gatekeepers exist is what gets in the way of us aligning our creativities with innovation. I have seen that firsthand and continue to see that as an entrepreneur and an innovator in the tech and creative space. So I understand exactly why it may be challenging for us to really be like, you know what, I see creativity as a route that is actually paying off in the Caribbean, because there aren't many examples of it, but it is coming about, and we can make something great out of it if we just believe in ourselves, because we are a great bunch. And I'm not just talking about Jamaica right now, I'm talking about the whole Caribbean. I know Jamaica is the Beyonce of the Caribbean or whatever, and hey, it is what it is, but I love the whole Caribbean. I love Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominican Republic, everybody. We love everybody, nobody, you know, we're all facing the same systematic pressures, the same day-to-day issues, and I understand. I can relate. Because of that, I want to see all of us win. So that panel really pulled a heartstring for me, and it made me want to go even harder in my startup, specifically Bly. And yeah, we have some work to do. We're gonna get to that. I'm super excited. Oh my god, like, I keep saying I'm super excited for what's ahead, because I really am. I'm going to put the work in. We are actually 10 days away from the deposit opening to my self-care retreat that I'll be hosting in Jamaica at the Villa Mimosa this year. Okay, so that's going to be from December 12th to the 18th in Montego Bay, Jamaica. It's going to be at the Villa Mimosa. Y'all, I'm super excited to be hosting this, and coming to Cannes Lions actually gave me so many ideas on how I could make this experience worthwhile, fulfilling, and overall something that people would want to return to and actually feel that they left with something amazing. Like, ooh, y'all are not ready. Looking ahead, I'm excited. If you are interested in having a space where you can land at the end of this year after all of your hard work as a woman, a mother, a caretaker, whatever space you're taking up as a woman, this retreat is for you. I created it for us. So be sure to click the link in the description. Go ahead and fill out that interest form so you can stay in the loop and be prepared when deposits open July 1st. Okay, I'm so excited to get this rolling and go into my self-care initiative. Really, I always emphasize the importance of balancing our hustle with our self-care and wellness. That is why you see me intertwining these two ventures. Where I am an entrepreneur, I have my startup and other ventures I have in my portfolio that align, that contribute to my creativity and innovative headspace. But then I have the soft wellness self-care part of my life where it's like, I need this balance. I need this to be able to cope. I need this to be able to be present and feel like I'm not going crazy. I'm for real. You need the self-care as a woman who is doing big things. You need the guidance. You need the wellness spaces so that you can breathe and not have to think twice on why you're exhaling. You need those spaces when you're a woman making major decisions, building things that have never been built before. So that is why I have my self-care retreat, to balance things out. And I have it open like a community and sisterhood for all of us to come along. Okay, I think I'm rambling now, so I'm about to go get ready. Y'all, I need to cut these off. I can't go to Monaco with these on. It's so ugh. But I attended so many sessions, y'all. I can't. I'm gonna go get ready for Monaco. This was my outfit that I wore today. I already showed y'all, but I'll show you again. Really cutesy. Really, I had a watch on, but I took it off. Really cutesy. And my shades. These are medicated glasses, by the way. I don't play when it comes to. Anyways, let me go get ready. I've decided I'm gonna wear this same outfit to Monaco because it fits the picture that I want to take while I'm there. Since I didn't walk around a lot today, I just went to a session and ate lunch, so we're gonna do that. But y'all, this trip, wow, it was a lot. It's been a lot in the best ways. I still need to sit with everything I've experienced, but one thing I can say is that I'm proud of how far that I have come. So what I want to do is actually a chit chat on whether or not the Cannes Lions Festival is worth it for women, individuals in entrepreneurship, and especially in the innovative space. So we're gonna unpack that in the next video, next week Sunday. This is where I'll be ending the Cannes Lions video. I'll give y'all some snippets of my dinner this evening in Monaco. But once I get back from dinner, I'll be packing, taking a little cat nap, and preparing to head to the Nice airport by 4 a.m. so I can make it to my flight at 6:30. I have more recaps and everything on Instagram as well as my TikTok, so be sure to follow me on both those platforms in the meantime, so you can continue to have some behind the scenes and updates from me. In the meantime, on my way back to the United States, I will see you when I get home. Bye! I'll see you later. Au tard. I need to say this in French. How do you say, I'm asking ChatGPT. How do you say see you later? I thought it was au revoir, but let's see what ChatGPT, she is my girl. In French. I know you heard that. Y'all never get anybody, but I got something to do with that body. Bean. I want to know how to pronounce it.
Here are a few ways to say see you later in French, depending on the tone you're going for. Casual and common. À plus tard. See you later. See you soon. À la prochaine. Until next time. Warm and stylish.
You're not helping. À plus tard. À plus tard. À plus. I don't like that one. I've been taught French. Let me see how to pronounce it.
À bientôt.
À bientôt. Oh, that one's cute.
À bientôt.
I'll be in. So, okay, y'all. So I will see y'all when I get back to ED. This is gonna be a blooper because nothing I'm doing right now. I need to go get ready for dinner, like for real. Okay, abienso. Alright, y'all. Alright, Empress family. Abienso. Sulu.